Just because you're enlightened doesn't mean that the world's going to like you. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Enlightened teachers are generally not well thought of at all outside of their, their small circle of friends. Yeah. But we're all part of the Tao. The Tao is that other part of us, that awakening part, that part that when we actually drop our ideas of religion and our ideas of God and everything, we enter into that. I was listening to a, this is so funny here. I was listening to this guru, and I really like him. I've got him subscribed, I listen to him. But he was talking about the difference between Buddha and Shiva. And I was, oh, I'm interested. So I listened, and his idea of Buddha was that Buddha was a man who attained enlightenment. And Shiva was a god. So honestly, Shiva and that is much bigger than Buddha, much bigger. No contest. However, when you get into Buddhism, and you have this wheel of Yama here, the whole world is inside this wheel. Here's the hungry ghost, here's the hell world, here's the animal world. It's all inside here. And up here, in the top part of that, are all the religions. So even under that, this is where Shiva is. And they say that true Buddhism is outside of that. It's beyond religions, beyond gods, and beyond goddesses. Interesting point of view. Being Shiva, at least having that name, and a Buddhist, I think they're one and the same. One is not bigger than the other. They're both infinite. So where are you going to get the measuring stick? Buddha is not a person. There are lots of Buddhas. Buddha is an expression of the Tao, a person expressing the Tao fully in their life. To be completely absorbed in Shiva energy is the same thing. In Buddhism, everything is transitory. Everything is part of the great nothingness. In Shiva, everything is transitory. It's his job. And his job is to make everything into nothingness again. How are they different? Take something, move it into nothing. Take nothing, move it into something. Consciousness. Everybody is unique. Nobody's the same. You, in this life, there are two huge rivers that are flowing in that's making this little world of yours where it is. One river is the river of your ancestry. It's your DNA. It goes back a long way. Your DNA, what brings the body together. And the other is your reincarnational spot. If you go to the DNA, you get to see that you are a configuration of your parents, and they are a configuration of their parents. So we start looking at our ancestors. We start seeing that my physical body, my traits, my nose, my ears, my lack of hair maybe, all of these things I got genetically. It's part of how I'm put together. And I live in this world. I take care of my body. I have my adventures here in this world. I travel in this world. I have friends. I have quite an amazing life, actually. Uh, okay. Don't don't hold it against me that I'm happy. Okay. I'm having a good time, so let me have it. Um, so I have my physical. It's very, very engaging. It's very limiting, very structured. Structure is a good word. The other river is my reincarnation. Going back, I can see that I've had a reincarnation as in Africa. There are several in China, some in Nepal, Tibet, India, lots in India, and moving over to Japan, and then some in France. They just go on and on. And if you'll notice that when I go through my reincarnations, as you will, when you can see your own, uh, they all have different societies. They all have different bodies, different colors of skin, different names, different everything. So I'm bringing these two rivers of my past lives and all of that into this river of the DNA, which goes back hundreds, thousands of years. And these two rivers combined in kind of a little rapid. When two rivers come together, there's usually rapids, but the river's much bigger. So they come together and there's rapids. And so I'm going through here and I'm figuring out my life, I'm pulling from my reincarnation. I'm also pulling from the things I've been taught and given in this life and my physical and all of this stuff's coming. And here I am alive. And so I am, wow. And you're doing the same thing. No wonder when we get married or get involved with somebody, it's such a trauma because we have not only have the two rivers we're working with, but we're working with their two rivers. Now we're bringing these four streams together and maybe even creating a new river for our kids. It's a tough thing to be around people one-on-one because they don't share the same past lives. They don't even share the same physical attributes. I guess if you were identical twins, it would come pretty close, but even then it's not the same. Even identical twins think a little differently. They have, why is that happening? Well, maybe their physical is together, but their past life is not. That's the difference. Maybe they have the same DNA and RNA, look identical, but their past lives are different. And that's their individuality manifesting here. We are manifesting the Tao. The non-physical is manifesting in what we call a reality. And in your reality is your physical body, your emotional body, your spiritual awareness, your subtle physical, which is how things impact you and how you're resilient. And here you are. And there's a part inside of you that wants to awaken. And this is the time to do it. We're entering into a time of awakening. I know it sounds new agey. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but I really believe it. And the signs are good. On the winter solstice this year, if I'm not mistaken, we have, I think it's Jupiter and Uranus that are so close that they appear like one planet on the 21st. We have also, I think there's a solar eclipse coming up here pretty soon from the moon. I think that's coming up pretty quick. But more than that, you're beginning to see people start to have compassion. You're seeing people start to listen to the other side. You're starting to hear more and more about what's going on and really wanting to know what we can do to fix this. There's a new way coming. So that's why I'm joyous I mean, why not be? It's just a nice dream. It's temporary. It will one day end. Right now, it looks pretty good. So let's just kind of hang in here together. Take refuge in the Sangha. We take refuge in each other. We are the ones that need to hang on to each other. We need to look after each other. So one of the things I like a lot about the Mormon Church is they look after each other. That's a good thing. We need to look after each other. We need to care. Quit being so judgmental about people messing up and not doing things right. Align with the Tao. Go with the flow. Live an amazing life. Let's see here. I think I want to meditate with you a little bit. Let's meditate to waves of light. So I'd like you to sit up nice and straight. You can watch me as I meditate. I'll be doing some fun stuff. And as you open your heart and watch me meditate, and just stop your thoughts, I think you'll start to feel a little something maybe. So let's do this. See you next week. Namaste.